On the 9th day of Christmas, United gave to me. Are you sure you don't want to sing, Lee?
Positive.
Alan Shearer, number 9. But you know, to be fair, Newcastle, world famous for fantastic number 9s. You know, Jackie Milburn, Supermark, Andy Cole, Les Ferdinand. With Alan Shearer, I know I keep saying I've covered Newcastle for 30 years. The greatest player, in my opinion, that I've seen in a black and white shirt in the last 30 years is Alan Shearer. And I hope we haven't seen the end of him. I hope they make him manager one day, the football club one day. What was your first recollection, Lee?
Of Shearer, well, obviously the kid who went down to Southampton, got the hat-trick in his first game, the Geordie boy, and then you know he'd done well a couple of times when he was playing for Blackburn, and you were always thinking, I just wish we could sign him. When the rumours first started coming out that Shearer was going to sign for Newcastle, I don't think anyone quite believed it at first, but when that 50 million signing got pulled off, it was party time in Newcastle, and you know, 206 goals, full value.
Yeah.
Never as a player give more in a black and white shirt, to be honest.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, and we talk about his goals, but one of my greatest recollections of Alan Shearer was just two or 3 years ago at Aston Villa. Newcastle down to 10 men. Bobby Howard got himself sent off. Shearer, he was on one leg.
Yeah.
He couldn't walk. He was injured, and he took the ball in the corner, and he kept it for about 5 minutes. And you know, this Aston Villa fan in front of the press box stood up and started shouting obscenities at Shearer, you know? And I just thought, you're an absolute moron. You haven't a clue what that man's just done for his football club there. And of all the goals he scored, and I don't think we're going to even mention one, because there were so many fantastic goals. But I mean, I was there at the beginning when Newcastle signed, when it was announced that Newcastle signed Alan Shearer in Bangkok. We were in Bangkok, and Keegan just looked me in the eye and said, we signed Alan Shearer. And if there was, and I thought even then, you know, I've seen it all this football club, and I just looked down and I couldn't believe it. Because if there was one player in the world, that was just after the season when Newcastle lost a 12-point lead, there was one player in the world that Newcastle United could have signed, that the fans would want, was Alan Shearer. And the only pity is that Newcastle United never won anything while Alan Shearer was a player. But as we've said, I sincerely hope one day he'll be manager, and let's hope he gets his hands on some silverware.
Yeah, that would be the perfect script, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah.